So apparently, Landman decided that episode 4 wasn't heartbreaking enough because episode 5 is coming in hot with twists that feel less like TV drama and more like someone grabbed the entire Norris family tree and shook it until all the secrets fell out. If you thought we were done digging into Tommy's trauma, think again, because season 2, episode 5 looks like it's about to drag him straight back into the fire. Only this time, the danger isn't emotional, it's very, very physical. And honestly, should we be surprised? The man can't even go to a funeral without a meltdown. So imagine what happens when business sharks start circling again. It's like the universe said, "Oh, you processed your feelings? Cute. Now, try not to die." We already know Tommy barely had time to breathe after the funeral mess, especially with his father now living under his roof like an aging ghost, reminding him of every responsibility he's been avoiding for decades. And if the teaser is any indication, Sam Elliott's character is about to shift from quietly disappointed dad to unfiltered truth cannon. We're talking harsh reminders, pointed comments, maybe even a couple of brutal reality checks about Tommy's life choices. It's almost poetic. The man who ran from the past now stuck with it sitting at his kitchen table, judging his coffee. Meanwhile, Cooper and Ariana, oh, they are hanging on by a thread thinner than Tommy's patience. Sure, they had their emotional wake up call at the funeral, but let's be honest, every time those two get within 5 feet of each other, you can practically hear the theme music from every messy couple ever written. And episode 5 won't magically fix that. Instead, Cooper's stepping right into his maybe I can prove myself by making a terrible decision era. And doesn't it feel familiar? The desperation, the risky moves, the eagerness to impress a father who probably won't ever approve. It's giving Jimmy from Yellowstone energy all over again. I'm telling you, if Cooper ends up in a hospital bed by the finale, don't say I didn't warn you. But the real storm forming over episode 5, that's Cammy Miller and her ticking time bomb of an offshore investment plan. Because, of course, the only person willing to give her the money she needs is the one man Tommy would rather walk barefoot across a rattlesnake pit than negotiate with, Galliano. And Galliano didn't just agree to the deal. He basically said, "Sure, I'll help, but only if the man who hates me most comes crawling to my office." The nerve, the absolute villain energy. He's not even pretending anymore. Tommy, predictably, tries to stop Cammy from going through with it. And honestly, who can blame him? He's dealt with enough backstabbing businessmen to write a survival guide. But Cammy, she's drowning. The company is slipping away, the pressure is crushing her, and grief is still sitting on her chest like a cement block she can't shake off. So when she breaks down and begs Tommy to help her seal the deal, how can he walk away? Of course he can't. That's the problem. Tommy is allergic to letting people sink, even when saving them might pull him under too. So now we have a perfect disaster lined up. Tommy walking straight into Galliano's den, forced to play nice with a man who'd probably poisoned the coffee before offering it. And from the leaked whispers floating around, oh, this meeting isn't a business chat. It's a trap dressed up in a fancy suit. Galliano wants something, and it's not just signatures on paperwork. And the part that nobody wants to admit, Tommy might not make it out without losing something big: his pride, his safety, maybe even someone he cares about. Because if there's one thing Landman loves, it's reminding us that success comes with a body count. And episode 5 looks like it's preparing the next name on that list. Could it really be Tommy? Or is someone else about to take the hit instead? And the real question is, when Tommy steps into Galliano's office, does he realize he's walking into a deal that might not just cost him everything, but set off a chain reaction no one can stop? If episode 5 started with Tommy stepping into danger, then the rest of it feels like watching a man balance on a tightrope made of gasoline while someone casually flicks matches from below. Because the second he enters Galliano's office, the entire vibe shifts. You know that feeling when a room looks normal, but your brain screams, "Nope, something's wrong here"? That's exactly the energy. Galliano greets him with that fake smile people wear right before they stab you emotionally, financially, or literally. And based on the leaked spoilers floating around, there's a real possibility that this meeting was never about business. It was about leverage. The way Galliano keeps circling Tommy, making comments that hit just a little too close to home, tells you everything. He knows about Cammy's desperation. He knows about the Norris family chaos. He knows Tommy's father is getting weaker. Knowledge is power, sure, but in Galliano's hands, it's practically a weapon. And every sentence he throws at Tommy feels like a test. How far can he push before Tommy snaps? How much can he exploit before Tommy realizes he's being cornered? The worst part? Tommy can't walk away. He's trapped by loyalty, guilt, and the impossible weight of Cammy's tears. So he plays along, pretending to negotiate while trying not to punch Galliano across the desk. Meanwhile, Galliano acts like he's doing them a favor, offering lifelines that feel more like chains wrapped in silk. And the longer the conversation goes on, the more obvious it becomes that he wants something far bigger than a business deal. The whispers say it might be access to land the Norris family has been fighting to protect. Others think he wants to force Tommy into an alliance that will destroy every other competitor in the region. Either way, it's dangerous. The kind of dangerous that doesn't just ruin companies, it ruins lives. Back at home, the storm doesn't slow down. Tommy's father starts showing even more signs of decline. And suddenly, the strong, gruff cowboy who seemed unbreakable starts looking fragile. And that scares Tommy more than anything Galliano could ever do. If he loses his father just when they finally started acting like a real family again, that might be the one thing he can't emotionally survive. And guess what? That vulnerability is exactly what Galliano was counting on. He knows a man with too much to lose will do anything to protect it. Cooper, on the other hand, is busy making his own set of questionable decisions. And let's be honest, you could lock that boy in an empty room with no sharp objects, and he'd still find a way to endanger himself. He's desperate to prove he can carry his own weight, especially with the pressure building around the Norris legacy. And when someone young and hungry starts looking for shortcuts, bad things happen. Episode 5 might just be the beginning of his downfall, or the turning point where he becomes something entirely different. Meanwhile, Cammy is back at the office trying to hold everything together with tape, prayers, and sheer panic. The leaked spoilers hint that she'll get blindsided by another financial threat she didn't see coming. One that could turn the Galliano deal from last see, yes, hope all, to no way out. Imagine losing your husband, your company, your stability. And now the enemies are closing in faster than the allies. Her desperation in episode 5? Oh, it's going to hit harder than anyone expects. By the time Tommy leaves that meeting, the world he walked in with isn't the world he walks out into. Something shifts, something breaks, something sets a new chain of consequences in motion. And every spoiler suggests that whatever Galliano demanded, Tommy may have agreed to it out of pure survival instinct, but at what cost? Because let's be honest, Landman doesn't hand out new deals without taking something in return. And if Tommy just signed his way into a trap, the next episodes are going to explode with fallout. So the real question now is, did Tommy just save the people he loves, or did he accidentally set up the biggest betrayal this show has teased yet?